Hey everyone, stick with us versus herd. If it's your first time here, like the content, hit subscribe. If you want to subscribe to our options trading live channel, I go live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before market open. Link is below in the description. And if you want to join the UVH fam, our community, links are below in the description as well to our Discord and our options trading group on Facebook. If you made money today, comment below, got paid. If you lost money today, comment below, learned a lesson. And if you do me a favor, hit the like button. It really helps out the videos a lot with the YouTube algorithm, so I definitely appreciate it. Right now, the S&Ps are currently ripping. I'm doing this video a little bit earlier today. You know, S&Ps and Dow were struggling pretty much all day. S&P opened up green, went to red, now back to green. However, and same with the Dow. Dow was lagging behind pretty hard today, pretty much all day. You know, mainly due to like Boeing and other companies just like really dragging it down. Nasdaq was a big performer today. You know, just kept boosting up. You know, we had this sell-off this afternoon, mainly because, you know, right now the New York says they're going to shut down. They're going to extend the shutdown till at least May 15th. They're saying, so what happens? We'll continue the close down policy. What happens after then? Governor Cuomo says he doesn't know. Cuomo said the net change in coronavirus hospitalizations in New York fell Wednesday to its lowest level since the outbreak began. He said the number of intensive care admissions and intubations also saw a significant drop for the first time. However, they're going to be extending the shutdown. Same with Illinois, and probably other states are going to follow suit until this thing is under control or eradicated. I think what they're worried about is them opening things back up and everyone gets sick again and then we get locked down and make the matters worse. So I think that's what they're thinking of. I mean, I'm not in politics, I'm not in government, I'm not in healthcare, so you know, we're just traders here, just trying to do the best we can. You know, today for me, I'm going to go over the S&Ps and kind of where I think they're going up for tomorrow. I'm going to go over my P&L real quick just for accountability reasons. You know, today was kind of flat for me on the P&L. Had some good day trades. I did close out Tesla, like I've been saying the last couple of days. I've been bag holding Tesla. I had a call spread. Max loss looks like 267 here, so I finally just bit the bullet. It's been sitting max loss for quite a few days actually, and I bit the bullet. And it expires tomorrow, and it increases the risk of assignment. I didn't want to have to deal with assignment. I mean, right now it doesn't look like Tesla is going to be coming back down into the 620 area. You know, it did pop down to like 705 area, but ripped. It was incredible. Ripped from 705 to 760. Just insane. Just parabolic. I mean, all tech was relatively strong today. You know, today for me was more, I was looking to build some positions in the next week and a couple weeks out. You know, so I put some positions on, you know, kind of starting to build my portfolio back up into more positions. Morgan Stanley had a decent trade on for earnings, got out today with $80 profit on that. And like I said, I had 3 call spreads at the 39 and 40 strike, and then I had the 38 put. So I made $50 on the call spreads, and then I made an additional $26 on that Morgan Stanley put when Morgan Stanley came down this morning. So premium got crushed pretty good, and then it came down a little bit lower around here, around 37.21 on that leg down. I closed it out. Let's see. Let's get today's orders in. So yeah, right at open, I closed out Morgan Stanley. Let me adjust that real quick. I closed out the call spread, and then a little bit later, about an hour later, 45 minutes later, I closed out that put. So at 9:15. So Morgan Stanley was right down in here. We're starting to recover right down in here, right 9:15. Started to bounce at like 37.20, so I took it off. Man, the S&Ps are just ripping right now, right above resistance. It kept getting smacked down. S&Ps kept getting smacked down pretty hard, and now it's ripping above, you know, which is pretty surprising that we're ripping this much, honestly. You know, we had the jobs report. It was a little worse than expectations. However, expectations for the job report was 5 million, and we came in at like 5.2 million, so above expectations. So, you know, just crazy. But let me walk you through some of these trades and kind of what I'm expecting for tomorrow. And what we got going on. So I did trade. I had a really nice trade on Visa. You know, all the credit card stocks were down. You know, Visa was down, American Express, and you know they just got hammered this morning. I mean, Visa came down from basically 168 all the way down to 161. When it bottomed out here, when Visa bottomed out here, I did trade this ramp up here, and it looks a lot cleaner on the 15-minute chart if I change this to 15 minutes, because I was trading the 15-minute chart on this. I mean, this was a very clean chart today. 15-minute chart. Haven't seen a chart like this in a little while, where the chart was really clean, where we had a nice leg down, nice leg up, nice leg down. You know, so this was a very nice clean chart. I did trade Visa. Let me just pull this up right here so you can see the order. So I made $194 and I bought it, you know, within 25 minutes. It was a really nice trade. Bought 2 calls at 238 at the 162.50 strike, sold them for 335. So I bought them at 956 this morning. So right as it's starting to ramp up, I sold it on this candle right here, and it was like 164 right before the leg down, and that's why I didn't try to squeeze my profits, because it's definitely would have got hammered. I was trading the call side, I was trading the bounce up, and it did bounce. And S&P still going. We'll see what happens. It might be a huge, maybe a huge green Friday. You know, we'll see what happens. But probably that's not good for me. I'll tell you that right now. You know, so Visa actually was a really nice, painless trade. I haven't traded in a long time. I would definitely think that I will be looking to trade it here in the future. So I'm probably going to add it to my watch list here. So, okay, charts are a little bit screwy up. Okay, I did trade Goldman Sachs a couple times. I was able to get out of Goldman Sachs. I was trading the 175 put. So let me just pull up this 175 put here, because so this 175 put, I opened a 170. Where is it? This one right here. 175 put. I bought for 415. Goldman Sachs did rip up yesterday. I was down actually a couple hundred. Goldman Sachs came down this morning, and I was actually only down $40 on that 175 put. And where is it at? I closed it out for 415. Yeah, 375 right here. So I bought it for 415. Sold it for 375, so we lost $40. You know, when Goldman Sachs was looking like it was struggling, when it was struggling right in here, I bought the 175 put again, but this time I bought it for 295, and this was my mistake. I lost $25 on this trade here. As you can see, bought it for 295, sold it for 270. Here's my mistake that I made on that trade. When it came ripping down here, let me pull up this 175, sorry, put for this week's. It was this week's expiration. So let me just pull this up real quick. So Goldman Sachs, as you can see here, it ripped down to 173 area, and this went as high as, you know, 391 at that point in time. So it was like 11:15, 391. I was up $90, didn't take it off. And then when it revisited the 174 area, it only came up to like, you know, $3 area. So then I was losing $2. It expires tomorrow. So Theta really got the best of it. I didn't take the profits when it popped up in here. I should have sold it, my mistake. So I took a $25 loss. Instead of being a $90 gainer, took a $25 loss on it. But what I did do for Goldman Sachs, because I do think, you know, Goldman Sachs was kind of bucking the trend here. I do think it's going to revisit the 170 area within the next couple weeks, or possibly, hopefully next week. I'm looking forward to revisit this 170 area. You know, most like all the other banks like BAC, you know, came back in line, was where I was projecting. JP Morgan also came back and actually exceeded. I actually thought it was going to just kind of go between 90 and 95, and it's currently 87. So Goldman Sachs still relatively high. So I laid in a little bit more short. I mean, I made some money. I made $87 yesterday on the earnings trade. But what I did is I put on a debit spread for May 15th. So we're 2 weeks out, 15 days out on that. So I'm looking like this. So I bought the 170 and I shorted the 160 pretty wide. Let me just kind of show you what this looks like. I bought it for 260. So 260. So my max profit on this is going to be 740. Max loss, obviously 260. Looking for it to come back down to like the 165, 162 range by May 15th. So we'll see what happens. If it breaks the trend here, if Goldman Sachs tries to push back up to 185 and looking like it's going to be pretty strong, I'll get out of this trade. But we got some time on it, so I was trying to build another position in Goldman Sachs for it to go a little bit lower. Obviously now, with everything ripping, it's going to be a little bit harder. So we'll see what happens when it comes back up to here to like it to the S&P's coming back up to like 2830 area. SPY right now is at 282. We closed at 279. So we'll see where this ends up overnight. But I was thinking that was going to push 288 and we just couldn't make it. We failed at 284. So this is going to be really interesting if this actually pushes through. It is showing a lot of strength right now after hours, but if it can't push through here, I do think that we're going to kind of fade a little bit lower here. I mean, now that we're getting some data back, the only thing that's going on tomorrow, there's really no data coming in tomorrow. So the market may just digest the data that we've gotten and decide to move up. So now, CMG down a little bit of money on right now. I don't know if I'm down $76, but because the reason why I say that is because it's a little bit illiquid what I traded here. Very, very, very low volume, bid and the ask super wide, so I don't actually know the exact pricing, but I feel like I got a fair price on CMG. So CMG, this is actually an earnings trade that I'm putting on a little bit early. I bought it for 98 cents. I bought 2 of them. So on this trade, let me just kind of show you. So I have 2 of these bad boys, and I bought it for 98. So max loss is a 196. Max profit is 84. Now CMG, what I'm looking at for going into next week, and again, I got these for next week. Next week is earnings for Chipotle. Chipotle, I'm thinking it's going to get topped out here. It's been trying to push the 200-day, keeps getting rejected here. I'm thinking that restaurant sales are going to be pretty poor. I mean, I know they still do carry out and delivery and all that, but I still think sales are going to be down. So I'm thinking it's going to revisit like the 600, 650 area. We had a massive rip from 630 all the way up to 786. So we had a $150 run here. I'm thinking it's going to come back down to like the 650, 600 area. Chipotle is known to run before earnings, as you can see, and when it fails pretty large. Like last couple earnings ago, went from 850 down to 784. So even if we come back down here towards the 700, I really only need to come back down towards the 700 level for it to start getting profitable. So I know that's like a 10% drop, but I do think that it is going to hit that. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. It's a pretty lowish trade, but I like this setup. So that's why I went with the debit spread. PTON as well, Peloton. They kind of lagged after hours. They pushed up pretty good, which is costing some money. So I'm still in this put right here. I have the 37 put for May 15th, so we got some time on it. Down a little bit of money on it today because we had a major push up to 38 and it just faded all day. So we'll see what happens here. But it pushed up, made a new all-time high today, and it came back under resistance here. So it pushed up above resistance, can't close underneath. So it's going to be interesting if this gaps up or if this gaps down. But I think this is a little bit overextended. I think it's going to come back down towards like the 38, 32 area is my target right now. Right now it's at 35. So we can get 31. Definitely not going to get greedy. We'll close my trade out. But what I'm looking at tomorrow for S&Ps right now. Oh, Microsoft. I forgot one. Sorry. Microsoft, I also opened a position on. It's down a little bit as well. I bought the 175 put for Microsoft. Probably should have closed it out at close, and I bought this for next week expiration because now it's ripping up pretty good. But the reason why I left it open is because it was right above the rejection area here. Microsoft was barely pushing 175. It did close at 177, so I probably should have closed it, but I'm anticipating it to come down a little bit here. We'll see what happens around the 180 mark. I do have some time on it. We will defend it. That's why I didn't want to I just didn't want to take the loss. I'm only down 27% on that option. And when you're down like 20 to 30% in the option world, that's not enough for you to get scared and close it. So, I'll defend my position. Since I opened these positions up and they started to go against me a little bit here, I didn't close them out. I will defend my positions. I have the capital to defend my positions if I need to. And like I said, I'll just work my way through like some day trades today. Like day trades, had a quick flip on Visa today. Yesterday we had a quick flip for another $160 on Netflix. On day trading Netflix, we're up $500 this week, and we're up Visa day trades this week up another $200. So that's $700 a day trade. So I'm not too concerned about some of the longer term plays that I'm working on going against me immediately, because I know that I can trade my way out of that within a day trade or two and get myself back into the green. Obviously today for me, looking at the P&L, relatively flat, but I did put on some new positions that did go against me, which cost me some money. So we'll see what happens tomorrow and see what we can do to balance out these positions, see if we're going to have a huge green day, because again, I am mostly short right now, but the market's going to do what the market's going to do. So we're gonna trade our way out of it. If you guys watched this video to the end, comment watch it to the end, hit the like button. As always, stay safe, stay green. It's us versus herd.